Hey guys, this is Laris here, and I'm going to be taking you on a tour of Shoreward Island that has been properly Larisified into something called Scarecrow Island. Now, for those who aren't followers of Rift, this is a dimension, and dimensions rather are Trion's way of tackling the aspect of player housing in this game. For those who are Rift players, you'll notice this is Shoreward Island, and how it's drastically been altered. I'm a huge Tim Burton fan, and this instance is really in that spirit of just off-the-wall crazy. That's about the best way I can explain it. It's got some scary stuff, it's got some wacky stuff, some funny stuff. But in general, like someone take you through a little walking tour here, and just give you the higher points of it. And you know, I'm proud of it. It's taken me a lot, about 4,000 platinum to do this, and about 60 hours worth of game time. So, without further ado, welcome to Shoreward Island and my Scarecrow Island version of Shoreward Island. And this is being filmed, by the way, in the absolute max settings possible. And here we have our first little victim here. He's been drowned. And another one up here has been hung. But this is just the main dock area. Alright, first thing up. This is a little graveyard here. And you'll notice, see these wooden planks that are used to make the gravestones? Those also make this casket. The casket is hollow. It's a little hard to see. But there is a scarecrow inside, and there's a lantern buried in the ground, so when it's really dark out, the light shines up through the hole. It's kind of cool. But I'm having to film this in daytime because it gets kind of too gloomy for filming. And Faebylight's coming up, and this is the holiday tree. Then it's something I like to call the spirit of Christmas as we know it in this country. A lot of presents, little tree. Okay, the next thing we've got, this is the Roman bath. With the bone walkway. And you have no idea how hard it was to make that thing curve. Alright, this is the shallow end here. And it's deep enough so you can sit in it and not drown. So this is the deeper end. As you can see, it's covered in cleavers. And we have another victim here, poor fella. And this is the bar. And yeah, he does serve beer. But see, a lot of the trouble that came into this instance was designing the lighting. As you'll notice, I don't have torches here. This is all being lit, literally, by these. Now the torches are obviously here, and you can see how it casts such a different amount of light. Alright, next up we've got the main ramp, and this is going to go from all the way from here to the top of the tower. And here we've got some poor unfortunate fellows. And you'll notice how I didn't really spare any expense. It's all been it's got roots hanging off of it, mushrooms, you name it. We're trying to get it as realistic looking as possible. Alright, there's the top. As you can see, it's been a little bit changed. got a couple more victims. Poor fellas. And again, I'm going to zoom a bit so you can get a sense of the scale. Alright, and you'll notice as we go further up, I've got no fewer than, I would say, 3 dozen lights around this tower to give it the proper lighting. Again, there's a lot of them you can't see because I've literally buried them inside of some of the vine work. So that way the lights will shine through, like we're seeing right here with that web claw tree above. Alright, first things up. The chairs that are around the table are prefabricated, but the table itself is something I made. And again, it's just bone planking, not that big a deal. And off in the distance you can kind of see where I'm going to show you here in a minute. But the main piece of furniture in this room is this chair. This is what's called the Scarecrow throne. It's a guillotine frame. If you look down at the bottom, you see the blade and how it's in a channeled notch. And of course, it's got scarecrows and whatnot. And this is about, if I remember correctly, it's 62 pieces. Individual pieces that went into making this. And here we've got another impaled scarecrow. And I'll let you guys decide what you think that looks like. And it wasn't intended, but I think it looks funny. Anyway. This is like a little ramshackle gibbet with sourstone chunks as the top and base on that, being suspended from that hook there. Now, this is the back porch. And it's got a roof. And that's an illuminated flower. See that? And this is the projector that's making all of the sky purple. And it's a death sky projector, so I have put in a couple dead scarecrows that are being boiled. Now, this is also something that was hard to make. This is a hammock. And it's all being supported by this giant bone column back here. Okay, and off in the distance, this is a little bit of a jumping puzzle. I'm not going to do it because I made it purposely hard. And I hid some pieces in there to almost guarantee that people will fall off. The reason why, and where the trap is, it's kind of in front of that scarecrow. You can't see it from here, but if you try and do the jumping puzzle, you can finish it. And that is, you go all the way and you come back to where you began. But if you look down at the bottom here, right in dead center of the screen, that's one of those giant plant mouth traps. If you hit my trap up here, you'll fall off and land in the mouth. Okay, this is a master bedroom. Nothing too spectacular here, really. And poor little scarecrows, they've decided they needed help, so they've asked for some help. This is an aquarium. And again, using lighting. That's a sourstone chunk in the bottom that makes the base plate with an illuminated, I don't know what kind of plant you would call that causes that glows white like that, but again, drowned scarecrow. Again, this is just the entryway to the tower. Now, this is my little winding path. This took an enormous amount of time. to do it in first person so you can kind of see what it looks like. This is it's a cart of burning bodies. Yep. As we're walking, you can kind of see, you know, the ramp there. And these mushrooms, they have a glow pollen. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's this really bright, vibrant purple. It's kind of nifty looking. But I have literally put in so many rocks and trees around here that I think I have almost broken my bank. But this winding path is here on the normal Shoreward Island, but it's kind of wide open. There's no plants or anything here, so you kind of get lost as to which way you should travel. So I put in all this stuff so it would flow. And we got your little animated tree thing. Again, mouth monsters. There's another scarecrow stuck down there. And this guy's getting ready to get some. But again, as you look back up, you'll notice how from pretty much any direction you're on this island, if you try and look at the tower, it's obscured. And it gives it that creepy feel to the whole thing. And we're coming on down the path again. And this is a nice little... Let me zoom out and show you. This is a little naturescape. It looks really nice, especially when it's really dark out. And from here you can get a different view of the pool. And again, so you can't really see the tower very well. Now that's the majority of the tour. There's some parts of the island that I didn't show you on purpose because they're I'm in process of building a giant Wicker Man statue that is be almost as tall as the tower itself. It's on the eastern side of the island, and it's not done yet. So all things in time. But this is Shoreward Island, or as I like to call it, Scarecrow Island. And feel free, if you're on the Faeblight server, come by. This is an active RP hotspot. We've got all kinds of good stuff going on here all the time. Or if you just want to come by and crash the place, that's fine too. But this is what you can do with Dimensions and Rift. And one last look at the tower. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one.